now rocking with TDF everything. Spoiled rotten.
Spoiler alert.
Welcome and welcome back, everybody.
Hey.
It's me, Daniel,
And this band.
on Spoiled Rotten. And we're doing it, guys. Today, we are revisiting Titans Season 4, aka finishing it somewhat out of obligation.
Yes. I mean, we did 3 out of the 4. We got there.
Well, yeah,
I'm proud
needed
of
to
us.
finish this.
Yeah. And it is a big deal. I will say, it is a big deal, largely because Daniel here, MVP, does not have a lot of free time. So to do a whole season of television for one episode,
Yeah,
MVP.
a lot of homework here.
Lots of homework, for sure.
Not to tip my hand about a show that I don't think we've been that positive about, but I didn't think that the last season turned things around.
No, it did not. It was a streamlined season, which left more questions than anything else. And when I say streamlined, it just meant like,
I know what
it's
you
sticking
mean.
to one thing and
Yeah.
it's just not deviating too far away from
It's
it.
the same core cast the whole time.
Yeah.
They're not spinning off into cool other characters, which
Yeah,
is
like
usually
Hawk
the
and
strength of the
Dove.
show.
Yes.
Basically, focus on literally anyone who's not actually part of the team, and you'll
Yeah.
have a good time.
It's true. It's true. Spin-off episodes, this show does really, really great. Sometimes.
Yeah.
And then you get other episodes where you're just like, oh, I
It's
guess
this.
we're with the home team right now, and it's
No.
not fantastic.
Yeah, so this season is about Brother Blood. I'm being honest, I can't do a summary of what happens. I don't know what's going on in this season. But yeah.
I will
Sebastian
say, yeah, I can do an attempt at a very bad rundown, which is basically cult stuff is happening, and they're trying to tie up all the loose ends from season 1 into this one season, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but as in they're tying up Raven stuff.
They're talking about Raven stuff. They're trying to tie up Corey's stuff and all that. And
I guess they do really lean on like.
Yeah.
Remember when you were here to kill Raven? And she's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I
they
know,
did.
but we're past that. And I'm like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know why
we're
we brought this up.
besties now. We're
Like,
besties.
It really, other than the last scene of note in the last episode, I guess it didn't really feel like it mattered.
Yeah.
About that, other than like it's what brought Corey back.
Mhm.
And I was like, wait, all they have to do is take her out of the machine. Look at anyway, we'll get there.
Yes. We'll get there. I cannot wait to hear that because I just finished watching it like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah,
And it is fresh in my mind, and I have questions that are
I
gonna
don't have answers.
I don't think we do. I just think
No.
these questions are gonna just build up more shit.
I found it overall to be a baffling final season. I feel like everyone
Correct.
knew they were getting a final season.
Yes.
I feel like there was writing on the wall. And again, it's all the same creative team as Superman and Lois, as Doom Patrol. Like it's all the same thing as Arrow, Flash. I feel like everyone was like, "Oh, okay, it's ending. We're not doing this anymore."
Yep.
And this season, at its best, which isn't very much time, but at its best, felt like, well, this should have just been the first season.
Yes.
This should have been how you, because for a show called Titans, where you're implying but never ever deliver on it being a show about the Teen Titans that people like from the comics,
Yep.
they never like are a full on team. They're constantly
Yes.
in flux, and then the show ends, and they're like, "Yeah, we're all going our separate ways." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Fuck you!" Like you couldn't do one season where they're just a cohesive team.
Yeah.
They're
And
constantly in and out, and like, I'm gonna go do this. I'm like, what's the point? What
yeah.
is the point of this?
Yeah, because the first 3 seasons were like this weird storytelling format of like, oh, let's try to get the Titans back together. I'm like, okay, so there was a Titans team that we have to find out about, and through backwards storytelling. And then now we're finally like, okay, we're done with that shit because this season has to be streamlined. So we're only
Yeah.
telling the story about this Titans team, which is literally the whole point of the show. And then
Yeah.
you're right, it breaks up at the end, and you're just like, well, that is just silly. Just leave it at the point where it's like, hey, we're all together now. We have adventures. The end. Like, you don't need to be like, I'm gonna go do this.
It just felt like the whole time they were trying to explain why Dick was so against having another Teen Titans team
Yes.
while constantly having a Teen Titans
Yeah.
and then and then he was like, "Well, you know what? This is good. It's time for people to move on." Literally, no one moved on from this team. They either
No.
died or they
Yes.
just like got into drunken stupors. Like
Yep.
this isn't the point of the team. You're supposed to like support each other and be friends.
Yep. Yep. And that doesn't happen because Dick throughout the whole series is a dick, except for this
I
final
don't. He's
season.
not a dick this season,
No, this
which I'm
final
happy about.
season,
This is what I'm saying. This
he's
should have been the first season of like just
I
let's
heavily
get
agree.
them in place to actually be a cohesive team.
Yes, because it makes no sense. The whole idea of like, oh, Dick between the first Titans team and the new one he's trying to form in a bad way became a detective somehow. And it's just like, so how old is he actually here? First and foremost, he's got to be like mid 30s, somewhere around there, which is fine. But at the end of the day, it's just like,
He could be late 20s.
how long does it take to become a detective and go through the police force and all that crap?
I don't know. Can't you just start like at like 1920 to be part of the police force?
Yeah, but you have to do a couple of years as like a
That's what I'm
beat
saying,
cop
late
in order to
20s.
become a detective? I
That's
guess
fine.
so, whatever. But
And
it still
you
it still
factor in that he's
bothers me.
trained by one of the best detectives. Like
Sure.
he would it wouldn't be hard. Not even training. He just knows
Sure.
like how criminals work better than probably most people that he's working with.
Sure.
I think a lot of that would go to him being shot up the ranks, but
Yeah.
also I'm sure Bruce Wayne being your silent benefactor doesn't hurt either.
Yeah, that's probably true. He probably pulled some strings.
Yeah.
Some
That
college
part I
admissions, so to
didn't.
speak.
That part I wasn't too caught up on. I think there's enough time to be like he did that, and then he completely tried to break from the superhero thing and did detective stuff.
Yeah.
But I think my thing was just what is.
What's the point?
Sorry, you already said why it's Brother Blood because then you can do the Corey stuff and
Yes.
the Raven
The
stuff.
Raven stuff, yeah.
I guess this just proves I don't care about them.
Yep.
I
Nobody cares.
Like the actors in their
Mhm.
roles. I don't ever feel like the show gives me a reason to care about the characters beyond, oh, I like who's playing them.
Yes. There's no reason to like them, as far as I'm concerned. The only characters I do like are Hawk and Dove, and they're not even in the season.
And I like Tim Drake, but they even like try to sideline him somehow. Like even though he's like a main thing in the season, I'm like,
Yeah.
I at least like that he shows points where he's like good at this.
Yes.
And he can actually like they do the Tim Drake stuff where he can actually figure things out and he's a genuinely good detective.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't make him like they didn't spend too much time on him learning how to fight. They're kind of like, yeah, he figured it out.
Yeah.
He wanted it bad enough and he figured it out.
I like that they did that thing where it's just like, yeah, you go take him, you go do a training weekend with him and then come back to us. Like that to me was like fine because I'm like, because I'm like, that's fine because you're doing all this other stuff. And like as much as I do not like the actor that plays Jason Todd.
Yeah, that guy sucks. I didn't
that guy
realize
sucks.
That until in between season 3.
Yeah,
in between us covering season 3 and 4, I'm just like, oh, this guy's the worst. Never mind.
He's actually awful. It's just like, okay, good. We get a guest episode with him because he was involved in the previous seasons. It's like, sure, okay, that kind of stuff is kind of cool, I guess. But like, it's just, you're right. They try to sideline Robin in this, and it's perplexing.
For I would say 90% of the show, he's still just in his civilian stuff. This is probably the most they're in their costumes. They're still like, not you though. And I'm like, why did you bring him along then? What are we doing? Just put him in the goddamn costume.
Yeah, it's annoying. And what I will say is like for the costume stuff. Yeah, what I will say is like, okay, finally they're wearing their costumes this whole season.
Mm-hmm.
Like Beast Boy gets a costume. Great, finally waiting. They even make a joke about it, or he makes a joke. It's like, oh, I was getting comfortable and ready being naked all the time. And I was like, hilarious.
That's the thing. They do stuff with Beast Boy, but I'm just like, it has nothing to do with the team. Like,
yeah.
I'm glad that they didn't just go like, we don't know what to do with this guy. But it was just like, I actually like his "Oh, I'm part of the Red"
Yes.
episode.
Oh yeah, his
When I
episode
say
is really
like,
good
I
there.
mean like this show has worn me down, and I'll take what I can get. But like,
So objectively, it's probably like a 65 out of 100
of the
episode.
episode, yeah,
Yeah.
like I didn't love the full episode, but I liked at least like, oh, they're doing stuff with him. But I was like, this
Mm,
will not at all connect to the end of this, and it doesn't.
doesn't. It
It's
doesn't.
literally just an excuse for him at the end in the last episode to be like, actually, I figured out I need to do more stuff in the Red, and they're like,
Yeah, I'm
oh,
taking off.
okay. It was
Yeah.
like,
And you know what? It's weird, and it's a weird choice to me because outside of this universe, the meta is that these shows, including Doom Patrol and all that kind of stuff, everything tied to DC had to stop because of the James Gunn stuff, the James Gunn universe that was expanding. Like that's what it was, right? So the idea that they're gonna be like, oh, Beast Boy, we can like make sure he has this other adventure, we can like maybe spin. You can't spin off from this.
no.
You can't because it's the DC thing, the above heads going like, nah, we're just gonna
I
do
think
James
that's
Gunn
what I
stuff
mean.
because
Like they
his stuff
broke
is
them
good.
all up. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm speaking over you. What were you
No,
saying?
no, it's good.
Uh, yeah.
Go on.
No, go.
No, I'm done.
Sorry. I was just saying that, yeah, like they broke them up, as you said, like as if they were gonna have their own adventures. I'm like,
Mhm.
we know it's not happening, so why don't you just
Yes.
keep them together? That you don't have to tell the stories anyway.
Exactly. I'm just like, give us one
Have them.
shot at the end where
Let
it's
us
just
pretend
like,
they're gonna be a good family for once.
yeah, let have them on the rooftop, just peering over the city in their costumes as a final shot and all that kind of stuff.
Especially since like half of them are just going to Metropolis. I'm like, great. So now you're just gonna be
Yeah.
under Superman. At least this was like they're in San Francisco. No one else is there. Like the comics,
Mhm.
like the show. This was like,
They go back
actually,
to
some of us are
Gotham.
going back to Metropolis, and it's like,
Yeah.
the other guy's going to the Red. Um,
And they're
yeah,
staying in Gotham too, and it's just like,
I at least like that they, as you said, it is tied into the first season because I'm like, weren't they doing something with like Corey and Dick Grayson liking each other, and they at least brought that back?
yep.
Um, and I genuinely can't tell if I like it or if I just like that it meant that Corey could do stuff that wasn't so separate from everything.
Yeah.
Like it felt like she was a more rounded character this season. Like
Yeah.
she had wants and aspirations.
Yeah, because like last season, wasn't it like she was dealing with the
She had, like
whole
memory
like
loss or something. It
yeah,
couldn't control her powers. And
yeah. And then there was also like my sister's here trying to get me back home with
I
this
couldn't
like
believe
other
they didn't
guy.
like bring the sister back in a more meaningful.
I know, right? It's
I guess
just,
they were just not bluffing when they're like, "No, she's gone."
yeah, yeah. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But it's just like it's all those things where it's like it's really genuinely like baffling decisions that don't exist in this season because they're like, yeah, we have to keep them all together this time around. I'm like, okay, this is probably this. And I like what you said because I agree. This is the season that should have been the first season.
Yeah, it should have been like the second half of the first season or something. I don't know, because also what works is some of the callback, like when like they bring back zombie Deathstroke. I was like, yeah, this, I
Yeah.
guess wouldn't work if they just did this as a
Yep.
first season episode.
Mhm.
But it also doesn't end up mattering because they don't ever do anything like that again. And I don't mean like just keep doing zombie, but like that was at least like a ghost from their past
Yes.
literally coming, and it would throw them off for at least a second. And
Yep.
they just were like, well, that's all we got. Anyway,
Yep.
let's move on from this.
Yeah.
Knock off his head and we're done. And I'm like,
It's
oh.
and
I
by
thought,
the
like,
way,
maybe they'll bring back some of the dead characters to throw them off. Because it seems like that's something the bad guy can do, even though
Yeah.
I was completely not interested in the bad guy.
Mhm.
Like, even though it was very clear, like, oh, yeah, they're doing Brother Blood, I was just like, when it ended up actually being coming down to a fight with him, I was like, ah, this guy?
sucks.
Wasn't he trying to make a video game? Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening with this
It's
guy.
genuinely like the video game element of it is just like I know at the final episode, it's like all I wanted to do was share my vision and my love and all this kind of stuff, and
But
I'm
it was
just
such
like,
a bad game.
it was
and
a
the
bad
show
game,
knows it. Like,
and I like the fact that
everyone
Robin
says it's
even
bad.
says that.
Yeah.
And he's during the final fight, he's like, for the record, your game fucking sucks. And I'm
Yeah.
like, good. Yeah, throw an F-bomb in there. It does suck. I just don't like I'm looking at that game and I'm
And
like, what?
And the people were like, "What is the point of this? Like this,
Yeah.
I don't understand why we would ever invest in this." And I was
You
like,
mean the
"Yeah,
people that he pitches to in the beginning?
yeah." Like
Yeah.
I was like, they could be wrong. Oh, you're not going to stick up for yourself? Okay, but I guess they're right.
Yeah.
Guess the game just sucks then.
Yep.
I thought he was like, "Oh, well, you know, this is what could happen." He's just like, "No, don't you see?" And I was like, "No, no one sees. This
No
is
one
bad.
sees it.
This is
And
not good."
here's the thing, all right? I wish I genuinely wish that there was more effort put into the designing of the concept of that game so he could pitch it. Because like no one's gonna be like, oh yeah, you're this passionate about an app-based game on a phone. Like that's not no one's passionate about that. The reason why people make those is because it's a cash grab. It's a
Mhm.
profit generating machine. It's not like gaming where you're like, oh, this is the best the next World of Warcraft. If he was like pitching the next World of Warcraft, I'd be like, I understand why he's so passionate about it. I would get that. But I'm like, no, you just literally have lines and dots, and this is a text game that basically whoever you're pitching to is like, hey, how can we monetize this? How can we add
Mhm.
microtransactions? How can we do this? And it's not anywhere near that level of game where it's like, okay, someone should be passionate about this.
Well,
This is
I'm
like,
sure there's just like ads all the time, but that's not
yeah,
really special. Like they wouldn't be like, "Oh yeah, we have to do it." They could put ads on anything.
yeah,
Yeah, I was completely disconnected from that. And what's her name? Like Mother Mayhem or something? I don't know what her name is. Like I
yeah.
did not care for any of that stuff. I don't even know if it was bad. It completely was not for me. While
It,
I was watching, I was just like, I just tuned out whenever they were doing their thing with the cult. I was just like,
yeah,
I don't care. It
I
just
can
felt like
definitely
such a
tell
weird choice for
you
the last season.
yes, I think it was a good choice actually, but I just didn't think they made it matter at all because it's just like, okay, so the cult doesn't end up being relevant whatsoever because basically Brother Blood was like, hey, yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of this and do my own thing.
Yeah,
So it's
he
just like
kills
you'd
everyone,
think,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
you'd think that at some point he's like, okay, let's turn this cult into my army. And then we're like, now we're talking because now we have some fight scenes that literally Robin and frickin' Nightwing and like whoever, basically the hand-to-hand combat people. I'm like, yeah, now they got something to do because everything else is like, okay, Corey and Raven, you take front on this and all that kind of stuff because we're fighting a magic guy. We're just clearly outpowered here. It's
Oh,
ridiculous.
also, I forgot about Jinx. That was the character that was new, and I was like, yeah, I like her.
Yes.
And then they were like, yeah, she's gonna die. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh. What? Like they kill every interesting character.
Yeah. Jinx was
Anytime they're like,
so
wait a
cool.
minute, will people like this better than the boring stuff we're doing? Kill them. Just kill
Yeah,
them. Get
just
them
kill
out of
them
here.
off.
I don't
We're
even know why she
jealous.
had to die.
The writers are jealous. It's like, no, they can't like them more. They have to like the Titans, so we're gonna kill this person off. I'm like, no.
I was really into Jinx. I was like, okay, and
Yeah.
I like that. I mean, it was half-hearted, but I like that they were trying to do a thing of like she kept saying things like, "Oh, your girlfriend," because she was like
Mhm.
trying to test out what's going on here. Like,
Yeah.
can she still be around it? Because that felt like what they were getting at when he was like, "Well, you're in it for the money, right?" And she's like,
Mhm.
"Yes, I will protect my feelings now. That's what I'm here for.
It's also
Not
genuine.
an opportunity to just spend time with you again."
Yes, the Jinx stuff is even more confusing because now I'm remembering the episodes that she was in, and I'm like,
They seem like a
you
lifetime
zoomed
away.
in, yeah, you zoomed into her hands and her stealing random things quite a lot without any kind of payoff. Like you'd think like, oh, you're gonna use that at some point to like get yourself free or whatever it is that. Nope, it's just
Nope.
her just randomly stealing stuff,
Yeah.
and there's no reason for it whatsoever. And
Yeah.
I'm
And
like,
I'm like, yeah, good.
cool,
Do what you got to do. I like it.
yeah,
Oh, she's
this,
gonna die. Why? I don't know why
yeah,
that had to happen.
yeah.
Especially in a season where everyone's like, I'm just gonna go do something else. Like she
Mhm.
could have done that too. She was like, yeah, I see. I can't really like. I don't
Mhm.
really want to hang out with you that much. I've spent enough time with you. I'm over it. Bye.
Yeah, yeah. Genuinely weird choices, for sure.
Um, Raven gets her hair turned white.
I like that
Ever since I
actually.
found out she's supposed to be Indian, it was really hard for me to like deal with that.
Do you mean the
Character.
character Raven's supposed to be
Yes,
Indian?
yes,
Oh, like they whitewash the character? Oh no, I don't
very
like
much
that
so
then.
whitewashed. And
Yeah.
so like having a jewel in her forehead that looks similar to a bindi, just
Hmm.
it has really like thrown me off. I'm just like, I know I just found
Yeah.
myself thinking about like they're really playing in people's faces with this.
Yeah, I did not know that the character of Raven's supposed to be Indian.
They at least
That,
did it with Jinx,
yep,
who is supposed to be of Indian descent, but like,
yep,
or at least South Asian. I don't know if
sure,
that actress was specifically Indian.
right.
But I think that was them making up for their choice from season one of being like, well, we're gonna cast a white woman,
It's
a
not
white girl to
good.
be.
It's not good because they still even do the whole like
That's
thing
what I'm
on
saying.
her
Like
head.
at that point where they rip her head open and they put that there, I'm like, it
Yeah,
just you're just reminding me of what this is supposed to be, and now I
yeah,
can't focus that much.
yeah.
Again, I don't hate the actress. I feel
It's not her fault.
Anna Diop,
Yeah,
she's doing the best she can with the very limited stuff they want to give her to do.
yep.
Um,
It's on the casting department.
but it is just like, nah, you. I just can't help but feel a way knowing what this is supposed to be.
Sure, sure. I will say that that stuff aside, aesthetically, she looked good in the all white
Hmm.
outfit. Like I don't know if her name's White Raven or whatever it is, but I'm just like whatever it is, I'm like it's a cool look. It's
Yeah,
legit so cool. It works.
and was the not the idea. As I said, I kind of tuned out for a lot of.
Mhm.
She is technically the sister of Brother Blood, or they just was that
Yes.
just supposed to be like in
Nope.
general, where like how Gamora and Nebula are sisters, just because Thanos stole them from
No, she's
they're
legit.
actually blood related.
They're blood related. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
they
they're
have the same dad,
half.
right? They have the
Yeah,
same
yeah, they're
dad. Yeah.
half sisters and half brothers,
Hmm.
but they are actually related because
Is
they
it
do come
Trigon?
from yeah, Trigon.
Yeah. That's another thing. Every time they said that name, I was like, time for me to check out. I don't
Yeah,
care. I don't care.
yeah. It's
Um,
this weird situation where it's like Titans, because of where they are in the comics, have to deal with B-level character like villains and all that kind of stuff because it's got to be
but
believable
like
that you
they
can
dealt
actually
with
take
him
them
already.
down.
I just felt
But
like he's done.
yeah,
What are we doing?
it's genuinely perplexing that they would just do like, oh yeah, we got to bring this Trigon guy back because
It just felt
we
they just
found a
kept
different
talking
way
about
to
it.
write it.
Yeah. Um, one thing again, when I say I liked, I mean I'm trying to be positive and I don't want to bounce this thing.
I feel like this is like me with the last week's episode with the Hulk, where I'm like, I appreciate something different, but I don't like the thing
I
anymore.
want to be clear. It's not like that because I don't like it. I'm just
Okay.
trying to make this not as negative an experience for people as it could have been. Um,
Sure.
one thing I didn't think was terrible was they kind of pushed Superboy to be like, maybe I should be more like Lex Luthor. I
Flex.
don't
Yeah.
know what broke in him that made him do that. I
Mm.
thought they were going to do what happens usually on Young Justice, where it was this long con,
Mhm.
but it wasn't. It was just, nah, he really wanted to see what it would be like. Because what I liked about it initially was it only happens for one scene, and I don't know how long it could happen, was when they were basically like, oh, Connor has a plan, but he's being like Lex Luthor, and Dick was like, it probably means it's going to work then.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, what do you want to do? And he's like, I think we just got to do it because it's going to work because he's using his Lex Luthor side.
Mhm.
I liked that, but then when he broke off from the team, I was like, oh, well, then there goes that
Yeah.
fun dynamic.
He's just straight up evil now.
And I really thought it was going to be like, oh, they came up with this plan
Mhm.
because that is, sorry to spoil Young Justice for people, but
Sure.
like, there's a season where you're like, wait, what the fuck? Like, the former leader's the bad guy now?
Mhm.
And then you find out later, like, oh, this was a plan him and Dick Grayson put into play like
Mhm.
months ago, and it's working the way they want it to work. But
Right.
this, I was like, oh, I don't even care if they copy that. Like, just do that again. And I was like, oh no, he's just the bad guy, kind of.
Because
Until
yeah,
until Brother Blood comes back into the picture, he's like, no, I think the Titans are my friends, so no, I don't want you to hurt them. I was like,
yeah.
okay.
It's genuinely perplexing the whole thing, and I was trying to figure it out in my head so hard when that switch happened because I'm just like maybe they're just they're doing a thing where it's like, because they were very adamant in the beginning of the season to be like, oh, Superman's gonna come say hi to you. Now you're in Metropolis, and they're like, oh, sorry, he's off world in a different universe fighting the a sun collapsing or
Hmm.
something like that. He's needed out there, obviously, because they can't show Superman on screen.
Except
But
for that, they can because they do it
yeah,
all the time in that.
well, they would have
Not
to
in the
cast
show, but like,
Superman. Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, would that be such a big deal if you already have done Superman before? Like, and
I think
you've had two
it's.
people play him so far.
I do think it's a big deal because I think they're like they finally recognize like okay we got to stop doing the Bruce Wayne stuff so like maybe we shouldn't have Clark
I
Kent
don't.
Superman here either.
It's not the same as Batman. Batman's off the table.
Yeah, that's fair.
Superman's not.
Yeah,
So,
that's fair.
and again, it'd be one thing if they were a show that's competing with another show,
Mhm.
and it's like, that show's pulling rank, and we can't. It's like it's all the same people. It's all the
Right.
same creative people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, then there's no way to talk out of that. But but
I thought they were, again, because I like Young Justice so much.
mhm.
I thought they were doing the whole Superman being like, I'm not really prepared to be a father figure to this
Right.
person. That obviously goes against the Superman and Lois version we know, but
Mhm.
they are doing different Earths, so like
Yes.
they could have brought that dynamic, which I find interesting, into it, which is
Mhm.
this person that feels responsible for everyone now having to actually be
Mhm.
directly one on one responsible for somebody
Yeah.
and being like, not into it.
Yeah.
I liked that from Young Justice. They played that up a lot, where there
Mhm.
was a lot of quote unquote missed opportunities to meet up, but it was really just Superman being like, anyone else want to just take the kid and do something with
Mhm.
him? I don't really know if I can handle that.
That's
But
fair.
this show was kind of like, no, he's actually off doing other stuff. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I guess we're not doing anything interesting.
Yeah, and then we get Lex in this
Who
for like one
I don't
episode.
like the look of, but at least is acting more like Lex than the
Yeah.
Sons of Anarchy Lex we got in
Yeah.
Superman and Lois.
Yeah. This is definitely a Lex. You're right. I'm like, yeah, you don't look the part, but you're at least playing the character, so good for you on that. But like I genuinely thought it's like, oh, did Lex do something to like convert him or something like that? It's like, did he upload his own brain into him and all that? Like, I just
Did he think
genuinely
that it
was.
was like, oh, he died for me, so I got to do this?
I don't think so at
Because
all.
that was the Mercy Grave stuff. Was her being like, no, he knew what you could become. Like
Yes.
you can take over from him. That's why he did the like.
Right.
I don't. I think there's room to believe that he thinks like, well, I've got one dad who refuses to see me, and I've got the other one who believed in me and wanted to see me keep going.
That's the only thing that I can think about why he started leaning into his Lex side more
Hmm.
was that was
That
just
he
because
actually
like
got to meet him, but also he had confirmation from other people being
yeah.
like even when he tries to get at Mercy Graves and be like, yeah, he probably was the puppet master, and she's like,
Mhm.
you understand as a woman and a black woman how hard
Mhm.
it is to be taken seriously. Your dad actually took me seriously and
Mhm.
respected me. So you should know that he also, like, she could have been fucking with him, but she said like he saw potential in you,
Mhm.
and I can only imagine it's important for her to say that first part, so that when she says that, even
Yeah.
if it's manipulation, that he has to take that seriously.
Yeah, I mean I do believe her when she does say that. But and that's my only thing about why he went started going Lex is because Lex actually did take the time to meet with him, accept him, and all that kind of stuff. And then Superman didn't, all
Hmm.
that. And it's very easy because we got to remember, like Connor is like what, still like 2 years old in this
And
right
he
now.
keeps making mistakes.
Yeah,
So he
so
was like, I
it's
can't do the hero thing.
yeah. So the whole like him being that infantile and like, oh, I like this is my dad and then this is my dad, but then also this cool dad doesn't want anything to do with me right now, but this dad does, so I'm gonna walk into his image. That actually makes sense for me for someone as mentally young as Connor in this. But the thing that doesn't make sense to me is how the rest of the team's like, oh yeah, he's just gone now. It's
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense because you
No.
think at some point that they're like, okay, you worked so hard to be together. You made such a big point of being together. Dick keeps saying we're stronger together, but then with the Connor thing, you're just like, yeah, like our strongest member is just like he's doing something else, and then he actively says like, I thought I could do it alone, meaning like handle the whole like brother blood thing by
Mhm.
himself and try to like fix that by himself. I'm like, okay, so if you're doing the same thing that the Titans are doing, why are you not working together? Like it makes even less sense
That's
when
why
you're
I
like,
thought it was like a
oh,
long con that they were doing of like,
yeah.
oh, I'll make it look like we're not on the same page, and then we are. Um, I do know someone. I think it was Beast Boy was kind of like, nah, he'll be back. He wouldn't leave Crypto alone with us, and I was like, that's all it takes. That was the writers being like, don't question this.
Mhm.
This is the reasoning they have. He wouldn't
Yep,
leave his dog. He'll be
that's right.
back.
That's right.
Uh, yeah, I think that was that. Also, at every turn, I thought that the guy who ends up dating Tim was the
Yeah,
bad guy.
that's what I
Like
thought
this
too.
guy's the way he acts. I just feel like he's like another Mercy Griggs, and he's gonna fuck them over.
Yeah,
But
I
I guess
legitimately
he was
don't.
just more like, I want to be with you. No, I don't. I want to be with you. No, I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
No,
be with you.
like when they kissed, I was like, great kiss. You just kissed the enemy. That's a spy, you dummy. Like that's what I was
By
thinking
the
the whole
time they
time.
kiss, I didn't think he was a spy. But
I
up
still
until
thought he
then, I
was a
was like,
spy.
up until then, I was like, I don't trust this guy. He's being too weird with them. I couldn't put my finger on it, and I obviously was just an acting choice that didn't sit well with me because he's very clearly written as just an opportunity for Tim to have it all in the sense that he gets to be Robin and he gets to have a love in his
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
He doesn't have to play the sidelines anymore.
It genuinely, I thought that was going to be the case. That no, this guy's a spy. He's evil. He works for Lex in
Yeah,
some way,
like
shape, or form.
I was
Nope.
so ready for him to be like, oh, I can't let you do that. I'm gonna like screw you
Yep.
guys over. And then it was just like, no, he's really just down and is like young Alfred for them,
Yeah.
basically.
100%.
And also he can fight, which I know in some versions Alfred can fight too. But like
Sure.
this was just like, oh, like he's sparring with Tim and doesn't look out of step either.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't look like he's trying to keep up. Like
Yeah.
he could throw hands too.
Yeah. It's weird that because the whole scene is like, right, Tim's training right now, but why is this dude
Yeah, this guy's
so
going
good
for
at
it.
training him?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? I was with you. Like, I I love the fact that they look great together. It's very
I
cute,
liked the
but
passionate kisses. I was like,
genuinely,
that's nice for
yeah,
them.
genuinely, I'm like, how was he not written as like a traitor or a spy or a double crossing character? It made no sense to me. I'm just like, oh,
Uh,
he's legitimately just a love interest. That's it. That is like a butler.
yeah.
Great. Good for Tim Drake. Good for
Yeah,
him.
you got to do it.
Yeah.
I was like, I wonder if my cousin's in this. I knew he wasn't. I looked it up, but I was
Right.
also like, I liked how they dealt with that, which is he just texts him. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not gone. He's
Yeah.
just they don't need him on screen,
I wish
and
they
he's in a
did
completely
though.
different. He's in a completely different city as well. Like I just like that it's like, oh yeah, my
Yeah.
dad's checking in, and it's like good. I like that they keep that he isn't an orphan like the
Yeah.
other ones.
Yeah. In all fairness, I wish they did have Ryan in here because I was just like,
Yes,
good. Ryan got paid.
yeah, I
That's
would
that's
love that.
why. I'm just like, oh man, this character got referenced, but he didn't get paid. That
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, well, they were smart about not
Yeah.
paying him by not even having his picture as the
Oof,
contact.
rough, rough. That's why I knew I would like season 3 more than season 4. I'm like, I'm not going to see Ryan in this at all, am
No,
I?
he is not a part of it.
Nope. I'm just
But
going
it
to see
makes
the
sense.
stupid Metro Toronto Convention Center in this a whole bunch of different angles.
Yeah. Uh,
Whatever.
what else is going on in this season? Yeah, Dick just finally feels like what I would have wanted from
Yes.
him. Someone who's actually championing the idea that they should be
Mhm.
together.
And being a leader.
Mm-hmm.
He's legit being a leader in this one, which is great. And it's just like, okay, tone wise, it's like still consistent with what he's doing before, which I don't need him to be like, oh, shucks, happy go lucky. But it's just like, it's just proving to the rest of the show, the first 3 seasons, like, yeah, you could have done this. You didn't have to be fuck Batman. You could have just been
That was
like,
so
he can
stupid,
still be
yeah.
dark and broody and all that kind of stuff, but still cohesively tie the team
Yeah,
together.
he went through a lot. Like he lost team members.
Yeah.
Before the show starts, like
Yep.
with the Aqualad
Mhm.
person, and
And
was in a relationship that didn't go
yeah.
well with.
Dove.
I never remember which one's Hawk and which one's Dove. I'm
I'm
assuming
I'm 100% sure Dove
is the woman.
yeah.
It's only because it starts off with brothers, so it's like
Yeah.
they're not really being. Well, Dove is the girl thing. So,
Yeah.
but yes, I think
Because the two brothers were Hawk and Dove first, and then
not important. They don't show up. I thought that was a bummer,
yeah.
especially since they've killed people and brought them back before. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm just assuming Alan Richardson was doing Reacher at this point.
I'm 100% sure that's what was happening. He was like, oh, we're doing Reacher, so I'm not going to be in this season.
We got none of Hawk and Dove, which I feel like are both of our favorite characters.
They are easily the most complex, most well-written characters of this show.
I liked when Doom Patrol showed up. Maybe that's why I like the Red episode. I was like, or that's the second one. He gets kicked out of the Red into Doom. Because like, oh, good, like Cyborg and Beast Boy can interact. I don't know why they kept this from us for so long.
I know, right? And then just like having Corey interact with Cyborg as well was kind of cool.
And he was definitely like, "Do I love you?"
Yeah, there's a vibe going on between those two.
Can we revisit this? Like, this just seems like. I was like, hey man, at least the Cyborg actor is making the most of his screen time. Of like, I'm gonna do something, man. Like,
yeah,
they're not really writing me to be like I am in the show, but I'm gonna try something.
Yeah, but it's the first time that Doom Patrol episode came up, I'm like, did they not get Brandon Fraser? Because it sounded legitimately different, the voice. And then like the second scene I heard him, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, they did get Brendan Fraser. Because the first time I saw it, I was like, oh no, did they get another actor? But like genuinely, the Doom Patrol episodes, like the first Doom Patrol episodes in like the first 3 seasons or something like that, felt tonally completely different. This one was at least a little bit more consistent. Too. Yeah, it's
they have Brendan Fraser's voice, but Ryan's friend, so a black person, was the Negative Man, which they've obviously changed for the actual show. I don't think it was the same person playing the chief. Right. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think it was the same person playing chief. Right. In the original Titans. So yeah, they changed things. Rita's not there. That sucks. She's in the first one, but yeah, Rita not in this one. Yeah. And Jane there would have been cool, but I'm sure that was a money thing.
I'm with you. I know it's a money thing, but it would have been so cool to have them there.
Yeah, but like have Corey interact with anyone other than men.
Yeah. And that. Yeah, it's just weird.
Either way, I liked seeing them there.
Yeah. I liked little Easter egg stuff that we got from like, you got a Shazam Easter egg thing in the Red episode. You got like the Grant Gustin. It was just.
I like that Liberty.
Yeah.
Wait, no, what's her name?
Stargirl. Yeah.
We should watch that show.
Yeah. I think we should.
I like.
She gets a big.
Yeah, she actually gets to be in it. So we're probably like, look, you're not getting any more seasons. You want to do this or no?
Yeah.
I like the cut of her jib. I appreciated that. I think a lot of times the fun of comic crossovers is that they fight, but I like that she was like, "Huh, you look like you need help." And he's like, "Yeah, I do," and she's like, "Okay."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, this is very sensible. I like this."
Yeah, it's great. I would have liked if there was a joke like, "Oh, you're of the cloth."
That would maybe work if they were committed to Beast Boy being at all fun. Like, I feel like this season he has the most smiles.
Yes.
But it's still like, this is this tragic story of being left at the zoo. And I could, because they keep replaying, they replay the scene.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I was like, that just wouldn't happen. It just wouldn't happen. Where the woman, like the person who works there, I shouldn't just say the woman, the like park ranger comes up to him and then is like, "No, I'm just gonna leave you here and then I'll make a call." I'm like, take him with you. Obviously,
it makes.
What was the point of coming up to him if you were gonna do? You could have just made a call and then come up to it. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
I'm just gonna leave him there.
It just It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous because
It was like this
it's
just a really sad thing of a kid being like, I'm all alone, and she's like, no, you're not. But also, yeah, stay here by yourself, please.
yeah.
I'm gonna go.
It makes no sense.
I
Like,
will
I just watched
literally
this
not
kid get
stick with you.
abandoned, so I'm gonna abandon this kid again, but like promise them that I'm gonna come back. Like, what good do you think your promise is gonna be there, stranger?
So weird. And then
Such a
I
weird
know it
decision.
happens twice because then he intervenes, but I was just like, I can't
Mhm.
watch this again. Like this just
It's
doesn't make
rough.
sense. It
Yeah.
really does feel like you would be like, you should come with me and we will make an announcement so your parents can come to the booth where I'm
Yeah.
making this announcement from.
Yeah. And like, I'm sorry, but like, I'm sure zoos and like any place where there's lots of families and children have protocols for like what happens when your
She
kid
could
gets
get on a
separated.
walkie-talkie and be like, "Hey, I'm here at this
Exactly.
bench. Can you guys make a call?"
Yeah, we need someone, we need some assistance. Like, hey, why don't you come with me to the office? We'll find your parents there or something like that. You're right. The fact that she leaves them there and then just like, oh, I'll be back in a minute. I'm like, that's so stupid. What are we
Yeah,
doing?
I'm not into it.
It's not cool. But what was cool was I'm like, it's the monkey exhibit I like from the Toronto Zoo. That's pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
it was nice seeing the Toronto Zoo. It was
Yeah.
just more like, come on, you can't
Yeah.
just leave him there. I
It's
and that wasn't me being like he's gonna be all alone and sad. It's more just like, why would that make sense to do that?
yeah.
You,
Hey, I don't have children, and even I'm on the same page as you. And I was definitely like, oh, that's gonna make him so sad. Like,
yeah, I mean, obviously it's that, but I was just like, I just feel like from a professional standpoint, you're now on the hook for that kid. What are you
yeah,
gonna do? You walk away and then make the call and then try and go back, and if he's not there, then what are you gonna do? Do you
yeah. How are
just
you gonna
run?
write that up?
Like everyone's gonna be like, why didn't you keep him in
Yeah,
your eyesight?
it's like there's no reasonable way that she could have had any explanation of like, well, what if the dad came back? Well, then he wasn't left there. You
Yeah,
watched the kid get abandoned. Like, what are you talking about? It's ridiculous. And it was like it was pretty interesting, like early on in the season where it's like, oh, you get this suit upgrade and all that. You could change it to anything. And then there's that moment where it's like you changed it to gorilla and just basically tore up this lab. And like I guess there's no well, I mean, I guess that's the reason why is because when he's a kid he was watching the orangutans and gorillas and basically got sad and angry.
now you get it.
Yeah, there we go.
Now you get it.
Yeah.
It all came together. This is a really
Yeah.
well put together show.
Yeah.
Um,
It's
I
just so sort of like you, I just tuned out. And then now I'm saying like, oh yeah, that makes sense now. But it's too long of a pull. It's like those you're talking about multiple episodes where you finally get a payoff for that, and it's just like, that's not that big of a payoff to be perfectly
no.
honest.
Okay, you've just watched this.
Yes.
What is happening at the beginning where people's throats keep getting slit? Like I didn't really get the point of it. I'm not
Um,
saying it's not there. I just genuinely was like, I don't care about
they're
this.
just blood sacrifices to the Lazarus
But
pit.
like they all show up at the like not at the end. Like they show up in like in the middle as part of his cult. So I'm like,
Yeah.
it can't be a sacrifice if you're still like up and about.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're sacrificing one at a time. Like ritualistic sacrifices are usually observed by a whole bunch of people, right? So it still could be a sacrifice, and that's what it was because like when
And why
when
were they were
freaking the
people
mom
that made him upset at some point? I feel like there was like a
because
trio at one point that was like
yes because
these
they
three people
wanted
shit
they
on you at one point.
yes because they wanted Sebastian to do what they wanted him to do versus Sebastian was all like, hey, I'm powerful now, you told me I'm like a god, so why am I doing what you're telling me to do? Which is that makes sense to me, but at the end of the day I'm like, but you have the same goal. Like all of you have the same goal. Like what's going on here? It makes no
Do they?
sense.
What?
They all
I mean,
wanted to
I
bring back
believe you.
Trigon. They all wanted to do it.
But didn't he just want that for more power? Like they it felt like they
Yes,
had some like
which
he
means he
wasn't like
wanted to do it.
that. I don't think that's necessarily the same goal. Like they want to bring about a certain way of life for themselves. He's just like, I just don't want people to make fun of me anymore.
I mean, his whole character was poorly written from the beginning.
Yeah.
It was just like Cool. Yeah, you basically have this little incel vibe going on right now.
Yeah,
But
I think why I'm pushing back is because even if we understand how cults work and that this is like a power trip for
mhm,
someone, it's still two people on a power trip, so they can't actually be on the same page.
yeah.
He wants it for his overtly selfish reasons, and someone else wants it for their covertly selfish reasons, meaning they are at odds.
Yes. Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
So I just was like, I don't know what we're doing here. I'm like,
It, neither do I, because like honestly, the video game thing makes sense if he was a part of the cult and was like, "This is how I'm going to spread our word and all that and our influence." But no, he was not a part of, he got recruited into the cult. He designed the game with all the demonic stuff in there, and I'm just like, well, how does this work? It just doesn't make sense to me.
I have no question.
When
I
they're
have
like,
no
"Oh, we
answers.
found this
Yeah,
symbol all within the coding of his game," and I'm like, "But he wasn't converted. He pitched the game before he was a part of the cult. What are we
yeah.
talking about?"
Well, so they're saying like it's he had that in him because of his dad.
Sure, sure.
Well, then why make it such a stupid game? I
Yeah,
just don't know
that's
why.
that's my point. Is like make it the next World of Warcraft. Make it
Or just make it
something.
something that anyone would be interested in, even if
Yeah,
it's not like, even if it's not execs. That there was some kind of cult following to it, but
yes.
everyone agrees it's just a bad game.
It's just a bad game. It's just a stupid app text game that is driving up revenue and profit shares and all that kind of shit. It's not a game that anyone in his position would be passionate about. That's the issue to me. It's just like if he was pitched it to the
Bummer of a
board and being
storyline.
like, "Don't you understand the potential for profit here?" That would make sense for me because he's like, "Now I want to get rich." But the whole thing is like, "No, I just want love and I want to share the thing that I love with the world and all this kind of stuff." And they rejected me. I'm like, "Yeah, because your game sucks." And you didn't want to hear anyone say that. Your game sucks. You should have gone back to redesign.
Yeah,
It's not a good
back to
game.
formula.
Yeah.
That's a good reference to a good movie. Um, yeah, I feel bad because I do not have anything for this season. Like I'm just like I liked the brief moment where it looked like Dick and Connor were gonna have to actually sort out uh, different ways of doing things,
Yep.
but then Connor just left.
Yep.
I liked when Beast Boy had anything other than having to be sedated
Mhm.
to do. I liked that Corey seemed to be acknowledging, well, she says it at the end, like I'm not gonna let you hurt my planet, either one
Mhm.
of them. Like and I'm like,
Mhm.
I like that you've embraced this and you've found your people, even though the show hasn't given you time to actually be around them in any meaningful way, but you're telling me you did and I'm happy for it. That was the
Sure.
thing. I was like, I just can't tell if I'm happy for the character or just happy for the actor that they got to do stuff. Like
I'm just happy it's over.
especially at the end where I was like, oh my god, are they gonna sacrifice the black woman? I know
Yep.
she's not technically black, but obviously she's the black woman
Yeah.
in every way that they portray that race on the
Mhm.
show. And then when she came back, I was like, wait, do I care about her, or am I just like, thank goodness they didn't kill the black? I'm not even joking. I genuinely didn't know. I was like, I feel like I must care a little bit about the character that
Yeah.
she's not dead, but also I'm more overwhelmingly like, good they didn't sacrifice the black woman.
That's how I was feeling. It was just like, oh, so you gotta sacrifice the black woman, and it sucks so much. God. I
I guess
was
we said
when
we
they
were gonna get to it.
and when they brought her back, I was genuinely like, you cheapened everything. You cheapened the Connor thing. You cheapened this. It's
I didn't see it as that. I thought because she especially had changed colors, she'd been blue all season and she was
mhm,
back to orange. I thought that was her actually reclaiming her power and not being thrown off kilter like she had been for those last couple of episodes.
sure.
I didn't like, especially in a show where people come back from the dead all the time. Like
Yeah.
that didn't. I wasn't like, oh no. Normally, when they kill someone, it really means something. I I thought they at least
That's
tied it
fair.
into her being way more in control now and sure about what she wants.
Right.
Um,
It's
yeah, I guess we said we would talk about it. Basically, it gets to the
Final
point
fight.
where Brother Blood's actually in his costume and he's doing his thing with blood. I don't really know, like, is he still trying to get power, or is he just happy he has the power and now he's pissing people off? And he lures the Titans in to come get him because he needs Corey for the last part of his plan, where he's
To
going to
power the machine. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
The
Yes, you're
wormhole
right. I'm not
machine
trying
that
to
they
be
have.
dismissive of you. It's more like I'm dismissive of the.
No, it's a bad play. It's a bad write. It's bad writing. I know you're not being trying to dismiss it. It's just when you hear it, you're just like, oh god, that is what they were trying to do.
And then and then it works because then he gets Corey, and he's controlling her, and then he like puts her in the machine, and Raven does what she does by like trying to get her loose. And I'm just gonna assume she was giving her those images of like the good times they had and just the bonding that specifically her, Dick, and Raven had.
Mm-hmm.
But then she kind of just wakes up from being passed out, and then out of nowhere, Raven is just able to undo this stuff. I'm like, couldn't you have done that earlier? Like, what is? I don't. It didn't feel like she came to and then broke the shackles. You still had to open it up. Could you have started that?
So
the thing, it was like there was a countdown, and you were like, I gotta hold on to you for a second.
So the thing that bothered me about it, right? It was like the first time she tries to touch the thing, it zaps her and she's like, okay, yeah, I can't touch this. So I'm like, okay, yeah, you genuinely have a conflict here. Like, how do you pull her out of the machine? You'd think there'd use some powers or something. Nope, she just goes back and grabs it again. And like second time she's more successful. But it just doesn't make sense to me.
Maybe I'm wrong about this. I know there was also the element of Beast Boy needing to unplug something.
Yeah, but
I felt like he did it after, but I could be wrong.
The unplugging thing is just about basically the GPS coordinates.
Okay.
That was it. It wasn't about the machine being powered itself. Like that was all Corey and the battery thing that they did with her.
Because he did unplug it after Corey was out, right? Yeah.
He did. And that again is just the GPS coordinates that are being entered in, which is wildly perplexing to me. That it's just like you have 4 giant cables for that. Like,
okay,
what?
My memory
Isn't that?
And I'm not saying this is good writing, but my memory is they got it so that Raven wasn't able to do it until it actually was charged. So it still could have launched unless Beast Boy unplugged the GPS system.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not good. It's still not good.
It does technically.
It makes a little bit more sense. Still not good. Because
we have to give credit for that.
So I will say this:
does
like,
technically make sense
for the whole wormhole thing. What was even the point? What was he trying to send through there? Because like the guy, like Tim Drake's boyfriend, goes like, "Oh yeah, you can send in as little as an atom or a whole planet." I'm like, okay, what's bro trying to send, and where's he trying to send it to? Like, I don't understand. There's no explanation. He's just like, "Oh yeah, we have this one device in Star Labs. It's danger," and I'm like, what's he trying to do with it though? He wants power, so why does he want to destroy the Earth? You can't want power and have nobody to rule. That doesn't make sense to me. So it's genuinely like, what?
I have no idea what he's doing.
No clue.
This is my fault though, because I just generally did not want to watch anything to do with him.
Sure.
But it sounds like, as someone who actually watched it, you still don't know what's going on. So
I still don't know what's going on. I watched it intently because I'm just like, there's no way I'm watching this again. So I better pay attention this time around. And I tried my best to. Still does not make sense to me. Well, it's just not good writing.
Let us know how it makes sense if
sure
they hear this and feel like we're not properly giving the show its due. But I just have to say that if this is one of your favorite shows, that's good. I'm glad it found you. It didn't work for me. We've done 3 seasons of what didn't work for me up until this point, and this does feel like a course correction, but it doesn't feel like a final season. So there's
yeah.
And maybe they didn't know. I've got the sense that they did, but I could be wrong. Maybe I'm mixing up things, but it just felt like as I followed these things on their various social medias, they had a sense that it was up. Like,
Yeah.
that everyone was kind of like, we're going into our final season.
Mhm.
Anyway,
I just felt like the course correction should have happened at season 2. Because let's be honest, like one full season of Dick being like this is more than enough. Like, give us this version where he's like optimistic, actually a team leader, cares about people, and acts that way. Like,
Mhm.
that's actually good to me. But no, give us 3 seasons of like broody Dick that's basically as bad as Batman is. And they showed us who Bruce is in this, and it's just like Bruce doesn't seem to be that bad of a guy in this. It seems like he's just bankrolling everything that you do, and that your problem is your memory with him, not actually what he's doing anymore. Like, that's what it seems like.
I'm just glad they got rid of Bruce completely this
Yeah,
season.
it's
I was very
stupid.
happy to not have to deal with that nonsense.
Yeah, because
That's another thing I appreciated about
weird.
the season. I forgot to say that
Yeah.
was good.
Yeah.
They realized we don't need to pretend with the Bruce Wayne stuff. We can
Yep.
just, like Tim Drake's dad, have it
Mhm.
be something that we're aware that they're still in touch, but we don't need to visit that.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
weird.
I don't have anything else.
I don't have anything. I will say the positive notes for this season. Everyone's in their costume. The costumes look good.
Yep.
Was hoping that Starfire got a new costume, because the first costume, if you look at it, certain lighting, it's just like, oh, it's just like a one piece printed on thing that
This feels like just like a better looking costume, but not a significantly different one.
Exactly. I
But
wish
it's
they
just upgraded,
because if you look
for
at
the budget.
Robin's suit, it's a brand new Robin suit. It's not like the first one or the Todd, Jason Todd one. It's a brand new Rob, and it looks good. It looks
Mhm.
really good, and you're just like, damn. So you're just gonna make like Starfire wear the same like bodysuit again,
Well,
and
this
just
is
the
a third Robin, so they
yeah.
need to make it different. I don't
I
know
know,
what
but
the
like
reasoning would be to make the other than if she goes through something like Raven did, where she also
Yeah.
had to change.
Yeah, but I'm just like, oh man, they did Starfire dirty, especially with
Starfire
what
and
you see
Superboy
in first
keep their
season.
outfits,
Yes.
but Superboy goes bald.
Yeah.
He also
And
looked like a good Lex Luthor, but I was
yes,
just
he
like,
did.
why are we doing this?
He
But
looks good. Like when he did the bald thing, I'm like, oh, dude, you're pulling it off, man. You're
Yeah.
looking really good like that. Like,
Yeah.
I almost don't want you to have hair because like
it
that
was
looks really good
not
on
a
him.
bummer, but I was kind of like whenever they did the flash forwards or whatever dream sequences they did at the end where
Yeah.
he had his hair back. I was like, that's not what you look like. Take that
Yeah,
off. No,
yeah.
that looks weird. No,
Yeah,
no.
the random flashback to that Christmas where it's just like, wait, this doesn't have any bearing on the
Well, that's
storytelling
not a
whatsoever.
flashback. That was just to show what that was
That-
aspirational.
Was it? It wasn't.
Yeah.
I thought it was a flashback. It seemed like a flashback to
Nah,
me.
I think they were trying to show like
Whatever. It's whatever.
I mean, the only reason I say that is because this season they made a point of showing that Raven and Beast Boy are okay being affectionate with each other in public.
Yep.
They're not like they made out, but like they would have their arms around each other. And
Yeah.
Corey and Dick were comfortable doing that this
Mhm.
season, and in that thing they're doing that. So I thought they were trying to show like a future that could have been, and then it's sad. It's not. Again, I'm not saying this as what good writing. Like this is. It's. I think that's what the idea was, to put that in your head and then take it away when you're like, no, Corey actually died, and then in 3 seconds later, no, she didn't. But they're not going to do that Christmas thing either.
That's why I thought it was a flashback, because I'm like, hey, he's got hair there. That was my first thing, but then also it's just like, yeah, you're
But
nowhere
he also
near
has
Christmas
hair
right
when
now.
he's meeting Superman for the first time. Like when he says, "I'm
Yeah,
gonna
but
go
that's
meet
way
Superman."
advanced in the future.
I'm just saying the hair thing can't be both your idea for the flashback.
I mean, that's
and the
true.
future.
Yeah, but sure. But yeah, this is a show.
It is a show that we saw all of
Yep.
it. All right, do you want to rate it?
Are we rating this season or the full series?
No,
We're
just
doing
this
both.
season.
Just the season.
I don't care about the full season series. I'm just
Yeah.
doing the season.
Okay. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 4.
Perfect. All right.
This is an awful show.
It's certainly not for me.
No.
I don't want it to come off like no one could possibly like this. it's
People
it was enough for
obviously
me.
did for them to have four
Four, yeah.
seasons. Like people watched this. I just don't know who liked it.
No, you know what? That's not for us to know. That's just a nice mystery for the universe.
That's for the people on the internet to tell us.
Yeah, go ahead. All right. Well, thank you very much for listening. I'm sorry that we didn't like this. It just was not for me. You can get in touch with us if you feel like there's things that we missed or that you just want to bring up. We'll probably say it on the next episode if you get it in on time. But yeah, just let us know by you can email us spoiledpodcast@gmail.com. We are at TDF Spoiled on Instagram, Threads, TikTok, and YouTube. You can rate, review, subscribe, follow, share with all your friends on any podcast platform of your choice. And if you want the full catalog of episodes, I only say that just in case you're on YouTube and realize there weren't all of our episodes, you can go to tdfeverything.com/spoiledrotten and get some more information and every single episode of the show. All right, then. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Cheers!
This has been a TDF Everything production, brah.